Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. I welcome you to another video where we're tackling a deeply unsettling issue that's been glaringly overlooked by mainstream media. Now recently, a horrific crime in Limpopo has gone largely unnoticed. Two South Africans were brutally unalived and fed to pigs by a Pamkala farmer. Now, despite the gravity of this incident, it's not making headlines, and there's a stark silence from organizations that usually speak out against farm violence. We will explore why this case hasn't received the attention it deserves, hear from those who feel betrayed by the lack of response, and critically examine the discrepancies between rhetoric and action from various civil rights groups. So join me as we take a look into this disturbing reality and uncover the reasons behind this chilling silence. I will be right back.
Black South Africans at Natal, that NFT to the pigs.
And being fed to the pigs to feast on hay by a white farmer. And nobody's saying anything about it. It's not making headlines of any sort. It's not receiving the same energy as Chidima received. You know, I'm hurt. My soul has been, I feel like it has been ripped to finally wake up to the reality of black men, you are on your own. Nobody cares about you.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Why would the media talk about it? Why would the media? If I go throw away a pair of my shoes, is that newsworthy? No. If I go unalive somebody, that's newsworthy. If I throw away my shoes, my dinner from last night, it's not newsworthy. What I'm trying to say is, Nakona, whatever you call yourselves, you are property of Boas. You're not you're not people. You belong to Boas. So if they unalive you and feed you to pig, that's their right. They're your whites. They're your superiors. It's not Nigerians. It's not the Nigerian immigrants. Isn't this the shit you wanted? Right now, no one's talking about it. If it was a Nigerian, this whole thing would have been on TikTok. Every South African would have been doing a live right now. But your owners, the people who own you, you see, who own you. You see this shitty ass shoe that I'm wearing? It's mine. The same way I own this shoe, that's how they own you. You own nothing on your land. You're a slave. You're a Boa slave. The name of the country is Boalandia. That's the land of their ancestors. That's the native land of their people. So if they choose to unalive you, bury you, feed you to pigs, you're their slave. You're their property. That's the best. Like, that life is 110 times comparable than sharing it with African immigrants, than sharing it with black people who come in, than sharing it with Nigerians, with Zimbabweans. No. How dare Nigerians and Zimbabweans come? You know, Nigerians and Zimbabweans wanted to come in and replace you as property of Boas. No. Boa, we will not replace you. You are the Boa. Oh, you are their perfect slave. Nigerians and Zimbabweans coming in your country illegally, doing all these things, trying to replace you as property of Boas. No, you are the original property of Boas, as you've seen today. Unaliving of a woman, not a single one of you is holding alive talking about it. Because the land of their ancestors, Boalandia, and you are their property, just like that shoe belongs to me. So there's nothing to complain about when I throw my shoe away or when they do that thing to you. It is their right. Shop and know your place.
You know, when we say that organizations like AfriForum and the DA are racist, we know what we're talking about because we listen to what they say, but in the main, we watch what they do. 2 women are killed in Limpopo by farmers and fed to the pigs. And guess what? The so-called civil rights movement, which speaks a lot about the killings that are happening in farms. AfriForum, they are out here tweeting about something else. Nothing whatsoever about the murders that took place in Limpopo. The leaders of AfriForum, Ernest Ruth, Kalik Real, they are not saying anything about what happened in Limpopo. Additionally, I have not seen any condemnation from the DA like they always do. Bear in mind, I'm not saying this because I expected anything from them. In any case, they were not going to say anything because the people who are killed in Limpopo are black people. I'm saying this because their fight against farm murders has color.
One thing about the media is that when you don't see a picture of the criminal, you must know what color their skin is. These two lunatics, Zachariah Oliver and Adrian de Wet, unalived a woman who was looking for or trying to salvage expired dairy products and then fed her to their pigs. Now, for the Rainbow Nation, stronger together, apartheid was long ago, gang. Zachariah was 60 and Adrian de Wet was 19. So obviously, AfriForum, who's always crying about farm murders, is completely silent on this matter. But they will happily add this woman to the body count and try and make the country and the US believe that there's some white genocide happening. The problem here is that extreme cases like where a woman gets fed to pigs, a pastor tries to poison the water of a nearby town, or a farm worker is buried alive, is that we'll most likely never hear about the less, quote unquote, less violent or extreme cases. And thanks to the extreme inequality we face as a country and the just horrendous wealth distribution that's favoring the white minority, we are a breeding ground for things like this to happen. Because in a country where the wealthy or the landowner or your employer almost entirely controls your ability to survive, they can get away with shit like this all the time, and we only get glimpses of it in super extreme, disgusting cases like the three I've just highlighted. So maybe AfriForum is right. People in rural communities and on farms are a very vulnerable demographic, but for the farm workers, not the entitled landowners. I'm talking about the actual farmers, the people who do the work of farming. Those are the ones I'm most concerned about. I'm talking about the workers in the fields and in the factories who actually put food on our tables, not the title deed holders.
Now, according to this news article, a Zimbabwean woman and her South African friend were allegedly pupilled in South Africa's Limpopo province, and their remains were fed to pigs by a local farmer. 35-year-old Lokadian Ndlovu, her husband, and Ndlovu's a 45-year-old friend, Maria Mangato, were reportedly searching for discarded food at a dump site on a farm outside Polokwane when they were attacked. Now, Ndlovu and Mangako were unalived, while Ngube managed to escape with serious injuries and was able to recount the horrific incident. Now, the farm owner, 60-year-old Zachariah Olivia, along with two of his employees, 19-year-old and 45-year-old Zimbabwean national William Musoro, have since been arrested and charged with unaliving, attempted unaliving, possession of an unlicensed firearm and ammunition, as well as defeating the ends of justice. Now, Musoro faces an additional charge of contravening the Immigration Act. The accused persons have appeared before the Magistrates Court, and the matter has been postponed to August 30 this year for a formal bail application. Now, in a statement, Limpopo Province Police spokesperson said that the suspects were arrested after the discovery of two decomposed women's bodies in a pigsty on a farm outside Makweng on August 20. The arrest followed a thorough investigation by the provincial tracking team and unaliving and robbery unit. Now, the investigation began when a 45-year-old South African woman went missing after visiting the farm on August 17, accompanied by a 35-year-old foreign national woman. Both women sustained pew shot wounds, and a 47-year-old foreign national man who was with them was also pew-pewed and hospitalized. Capricorn District Municipality Executive Mayor said they are vehemently opposed to granting bail to the accused. Say Tefo. What is disturbing about this incident is that not only did the perpetrators pew them, but they also fed them to the pigs after they unalived them. We're going to come here on August 30 when the three accused appear so that we show our dissatisfaction and so that they do not also get bail. Now, I am purposely not going to comment on what the man with dreads is saying in his video right after the South African woman, because I want you, my viewers, to be the teachers of that video. I want you to comment on what he's saying in the video. So I'll leave that to you. Share your thoughts, your views on what you think about what he's saying. Now, I'm left wondering why this shocking incident isn't getting more attention. Two South Africans were brutally unalived and fed to pigs by a farmer, yet it seems to be largely ignored by key organizations. Now, as the brother mentioned, it's particularly striking that groups like AfriForum and the DA, who often weigh in on farm violence, have been silent on this case. Their absence in addressing such a grave issue raises questions about the consistency of their advocacy and the true extent of their commitment to justice. Why is there such a glaring disparity between their rhetoric and their actions? Now, this silence is troubling and warrants a closer examination. But now, I want to hear from you, my viewers. Share your thoughts on this issue. Do you agree with the brothers' perspective that these groups like AfriForum and the DA are exhibiting signs of articism by their silence? Or do you think there might be another reason behind their lack of response? Now, some people argue that this is happening because they are controlled by these boards. But what's your take on this? Your insights and opinions are crucial as we take a deeper look and understanding the dynamics at play. So share your thoughts in the comment section and let's have a conversation there. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video as I bring you another video.